Hi. So I've been sharing a lot of amazing experiences I had with my husband while he was visiting for a week. It wasn't even a week. We had 7 days of dog care and not realizing on my end, because I've got chemo brain, um, 7 days of dog care is great in New York. That doesn't equate to 7 days here when it takes 2 days to get here and 2 days to get back. So we had 3 days. But that was a prequel because it was supposed to be that he was coming in early June. So it was nice to have him before then. So I'm really glad he came before he makes the big trek across the country with the dogs so that we can be here all summer together. My gosh, look at my hands. Ah. So this is actually why I wanted to talk to you. I was told I had till midsummer before I start getting horrible cancer symptoms. It's around my bowels. It's going to cause bowel obstructions. It's in my lungs. It's in my spine. I started taking these chemotherapy pills because I was told that that could buy me until fall, possibly longer, but I really just wanted to make it to fall. And I was supposed to take 4 in the morning and 4 in the evening. I've been taking 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening because I react poorly to most every kind of toxin shift, chemical change that happens in my body. So that was the plan. It's 2 weeks on and then 1 week off. So the first week was pretty great. In terms of side effects, I slept the first 2 days. But then Tim was here. I was super excited. I think a lot of adrenaline overrode some of the exhaustion and fatigue. We really just packed a lot into 3 days. We went on 2 hikes. We threw a tea party and a dinner party, and we went to a protest, and we did all kinds of things. So I crashed pretty hard right after that. And then probably a week and a half into these meds, things started to go wrong. I got that very familiar burning feeling in my esophagus and my trachea. I really feel like I ended up with gastritis, which means the swelling of your organs, and everything just hurt to move. So I was laid up for a good 2 days. Didn't want to eat, but eating was the only thing that made me feel better in terms of the burning. So I did eat, but then that caused problems on the other side. I had a few good days, it turned around after 2 days. Felt a lot better. Oh, I also had canker sores under my tongue. First time with chemo, ended up in the ER for 3 days with morphine to be able to swallow. It was so painful. This was not like that. I don't want side effects. So the cancer isn't hurting me yet. Why am I going to take medicine that makes me hurt? Meds I'm on, 4 pages of side effects are listed. The problem is that I'm having isn't even on the sheet. At least I don't think it is. It talked about some other hand issue that could be deadly. So I should probably pay attention to it. But at this point, whatever. But these white blotchy parts, that is what's so sore. And it feels like canker sores under the skin. There are these bumps that are happening that are sore to touch. I'm trying to drive and I can barely close my fingers are so swollen. I can barely close them. And my whole body is just so swollen with fluid. I mean, it's great for the wrinkles. My calves are swelling. My face is swelling. My hands look huge. It's just hard to put that kind of strain on my spine with added weight. So I don't know that these meds are going to work. Yeah. I really wanted this to work for Tim. Sorry, had to take a minute. The other side effect of all of this is, and this is on the sheet, is depression and feelings of hopelessness, emptiness. Yeah, that's hitting big. And that's not me. I am not toxic positivity. I will feel my way through things, but there goes the rabbit. Feeling like things are hopeless is not my jam. It's really hard to get out of bed in the morning put my feet on the ground and have them be so sore. It takes me 3 minutes to even get my full weight onto them. My hips hurt, my elbows hurt. Yeah. You know, the hooligan run is happening now. And while I'm really not going to let this stop me from going to see the seagulls and the sea lions and the whales and everything that's happening outside my door, I am so sore holding my camera, and that makes me sad. It's hard to stand for any great length of time because that hurts my spine. And my brain isn't functioning. I meant to go to a protest yesterday that was from noon to 1. I thought it was 1 to 2. I showed up as everyone was leaving. Chemo brain is real. And I don't know how to get out of this funk. Some person who meant to be, I'm sure, well-meaning, sent me a book that I got at the post office yesterday. I did not get a name of who sent it. It just came anonymously, and it is, I think it's called I Have Too Much Faith to Be an Atheist. As though I'm an atheist. I just said I don't believe in a Christian God. I didn't say I was an atheist. And the assumption that you can just force your beliefs on me, it doesn't help. It actually just angers me. And I've got enough shit to be angry about. So please don't do that kind of stuff, all right? Not helpful. I don't need to be told that my beliefs are wrong and that my lifetime of experience is invalid because you believe something else. So thank you, but no thank you. Okay. Yeah, there's the irritability. But I think this time, I'm not blaming it on chemo. This is well-founded. So in order to keep myself sane, I've been working on a new project. And in nights when I can't sleep, I'm in front of the computer editing and making new art from photographs that I've been collecting since 2019, since I started as a guide in Yellowstone. It's an entire collection, 38 images of wolves that I've had the privilege of being in the presence of. I do want to clarify, these were not all taken in the wild. Some yes, but some no. And most of the time when you see a wolf in the wild, it's at a distance. It is such a hard thing to capture. These animals don't necessarily want to be around people, although the ones in Yellowstone have been around so many people that they are a lot more fearless. But there are sanctuaries. There's one in West Yellowstone, the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center. And what they do, the work that they do is fabulous. So the bears who get themselves into trouble by getting into trash cans or usually into trouble because humans are leaving things out, instead of dispatching the bear, which dispatching is a word that basically murdering the bear for human error, the bears that are at the wolf or the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center are bears that would have been put down. But instead, they've been given the sanctuary. And one of the jobs that they have, which I find fascinating, is when designers are making bear-proof trash containers, they bring them to this place to test them. And so these bears are the ones that either are proof of concept or not. So, but in there, they also have a pack of wolves. And they are the most beautiful wolves I've ever seen. They are so white and so gorgeous. So those pristine pictures that I have up, that's where these come from. So I just want to be clear that, you know, yes, these are wild animals, but these wild animals are now in sanctuary. Another place that I have had an incredible experience was Park Omega in Canada. Our friends Christine and Steve treated us to a weekend there, and what you do is you rent a cabin that the entire front face of it is all windows, and outside is the sanctuary. And these wolves it's a pack of wolves, 13, I believe, who are not treated as dogs, okay? They are fed, yes, but as a pack, they function as a pack. And they are fenced in on acres of land, but they come past the cabin windows and they don't care. They've been so habituated to the people behind the glass that they just feel like we're the ones in the zoo. And so some of the pictures where they look wild, that's where a lot of those images came from. And the third place I've had the ability to see two wolves, was at Steve Krushel's wildlife preserve here in Haines, Alaska, and millions of people have come off of cruise ships and been through his incredible menagerie. There's a lot of politics there, and I won't go into it, but it is a beautiful place to see animals. You can see wolverine and moose and caribou. There was a time where I came across a 20-minute-old moose that was born on a silt bar in the Chilkat River, and its mother ran the other way. This moose stepped off the silt bar into screaming current, got whisked down the river, mouth open, screaming what sounded like "Ma." My Disney moment of this discovery turned into a horror show. And yet this moose, because this is what they do, they come with instincts. This moose got caught on the shore sandbar and walked itself up. And for weeks, I had been driving past this black bear on the mountain right above where this moose was hunkering down. And so the place that we were calling was Steve Krushel's, because while it's illegal to try to rescue a moose, he does have the facility and the authority where we had law enforcement say that, yes, we could have him come in and intervene. Oh, there goes an eagle. So anyway, that's where my photographs have come from, and it allowed me to capture expression and interaction, behaviors that, yes, you can see in the wild, but it's harder to photograph. So anyway, the bears that I've taken pictures of are all in the wild, but the wolves, not so much. So just wanted to be upfront about that. My aim is to release that in the next day or two. And what I'd like to do is then, because you guys have been so amazing supporting me, is to have a 20% off sale when I release it as a celebration of finally getting this project off the ground. Tim has been telling me that these images need to be out in the wild, and he's so right. And I've been editing them for the past few years and collecting them until now. So I feel like they're ready to go, finally. And so keep your eyes peeled, and I will let you know when it happens, but it's going to be in the next day or two. So I may even start putting them up one at a time, and then as I'm finalizing them, and you can see the collection growing if you want to watch. So, all right, I'm going to end it there. Lots coming your way, and I'm really excited about it. And that is the one thing that is keeping me going. So thank you for continuing to support my art business, because it feels really good to have a reason to do it. And you guys have become my reason beyond myself. So thanks. All right. Bye. I'll talk to you soon.